In today's video, I'm going to talk about all the things you have to do to pass the ADU final inspection the first time. Hello everybody. First of all, if you're thinking about writing things down, don't. The entire list will be in my website under the download section. So you can just go there, get the list, print it out. This way you'll be ready for your final inspection. The main reason why I didn't want to do the master guide as a PDF file that you can download is because updates will always happen. I've updated the list twice and now I'm going to do it for a third time. One of the biggest things that I just found out from talking to a lot of contractors that I keep in touch with is that during the final inspection, some cities, not all, what they want is an independent meter for the gas, for the water, and for the power. That happens in some cities, not all of them. What I would say is on your very first inspection, one of the things that I would ask your city inspector is just ask them straight out, will I need a meter or meters to get my final on my property? And that brings me to the other topic, why is it that contractors charge so much money for the work that they do? And one of the reasons would be the final inspection. There's a lot of information that owner builders just don't know, and it could be a trial and error situation, just like in my case. ADU contractors will be able to charge whatever they want because they know that homeowners have no idea when it comes to the final inspection, and homeowners need ADU contractors to build the ADU. And for that specific reason, I'm making this video. Hopefully this video helps out owner builders who want to take on this project and not pay crazy prices when building the ADU. This video is going to be very helpful when it comes to the final inspection and getting everything done with one inspection and saving about a month on re-inspections, which happened to me. If you need somebody to help you draw the plans for your ADU, get in contact with Natalie. She can help you draw the plans, submit them to the city, and get them approved. The best way to get in contact with Natalie is by going over to the website, sending her an email, and that's it. She will take care of the rest. By doing that, you will be executing step one towards building your ADU. One more thing before I move on with the list. As time goes on and I speak to inspectors, contractors, I just found out from the Title 24 company that every now and then some cities require a QII, quality installation inspection. And every time there's anything to do with energy efficiency, it goes to Title 24 and then the Title 24 company has to inspect it. So there's an installation quality inspection on some cities. The Title 24 company comes in, looks at the installation, they'll issue some certificate that you can show the city inspector. So this step will be modified on the master guide. That way people know to probably expect an installation inspection. I'm gonna start out with the most important items, things that you should take care of right away, and then I'll just work my way down to the things that just don't make sense and are silly, but are still required. So first of all, as I said before, meters, water, gas, power. During the first inspection, ask the city inspector if you're going to need meters for your final. If they say yes, work on that at that moment with the subcontractors. The next item on the list, believe it or not, is house numbers. I've gone to projects where they call for their final inspection. They don't even have the numbers up. So if you call for your final and the numbers are not up, the inspector will tell you, call me when the numbers are up, and then I'll come back to sign off on the final inspection, and that can take about a week. The next item on the list, the sub panel and the main panel have to be labeled correctly. The panel on the main property needs to be labeled ADU, and the sub panel inside the ADU has to be labeled correctly, otherwise you won't pass the final inspection. Right after that is the carbon monoxide and smoke detectors. Yes, sometimes people forget you don't have the smoke detectors installed and you won't pass your final inspection. Just make sure you get a smoke detector or a combo, or play it safe and get a smoke detector on the ceiling and a carbon monoxide somewhere where it's at the hip level. That way, when the city inspector comes in, he'll look at all these things and you'll be ready to go. A YouTube viewer called me to ask if I can help him out. He was nearby, so I went over to his property. He was going through the final inspection, but he didn't have the line set cover for the mini split. The inspector told him, you know what, you're not gonna pass the final, get this cover, get it out of the way, and then I'll sign the final. Now, this may sound silly, but make sure that everything in the entire ADU is in working condition. The mini split, water, power, gas, all the light switches, they're all in working condition, because if, let's say, the kitchen sink is not working, guess what? You just wasted a whole week on a reinspection. And another item that people overlook is the bathroom fan and the kitchen hood range. Make sure that they're in working condition, because it's going to be very important when you do a Hearst Test inspection, and I'll go over that in just a bit. Now, another thing that people may not think about is the labels on the windows. Do not remove them. You will need those labels. First, the city inspector is going to look at them, and then the Hearst Test company is going to look at them.
So, Mike, really quick, so what are you looking for in the windows?
So just in the windows, all we have to do is just verify that what was actually said that's going to be installed on the Title 24 at the beginning is actually what was installed, what brand the windows are, and we pretty much have to register every single window, door, whichever window is replaced.
If the sticker's not there, then you can't really do your job.
So yeah, I always urge homeowners to keep stickers on the windows. Even if they're not on the windows, keep them in a place where a reader can come and take a look at it. Just because, yeah, we do need to verify and see, which windows were installed, what brand. I had cases where, the homeowner will send it to us through the supplier. The easiest thing, either keep the sticker or leave it on.
Yeah. For example, on my ADU, what happened was that I took the stickers off for some strange reason, and I forgot where I put them. The city inspector, not the Title 24 company, the city inspector came over, asked me for the stickers, and I was just losing it. So I had to book another appointment for the city inspector to come back, look at the stickers. And luckily by that time I called my Title 24, then these guys came over and everything was in good shape. So the smallest things that you think are not going to affect the ADU process will. So just something as simple as a sticker can basically delay your project for a week or 2 weeks until you get the company to give you another sticker. It's just everything matters when you're doing an ADU. Another thing that is very, just silly is some inspectors may ask for this item, some may not, but if you don't have a glass shower door in the bathroom, you're going to need a shower pole. There's a very small chance that the city inspector is going to ask for it. And that basically happened to me. When I called the city inspector for the very last time, the city inspector for my property went into the bathroom and he basically told me, get a shower pole, install it, and then call me back once you've done that. And I just thought to myself, this has to be insane. It's just a shower pole. But I had to do it in order to get the final inspection done. So just get the shower pole, install it. He may ask for it, he may not, but just in case you get an inspector that's really tough, it's gonna be there and you're gonna have to wait another 2 or 3 days for another re-inspection. The final step you need to take before you call for your final inspection is the Hearst Test. The Hearst Test is performed by a private company.
Why do homeowners need the Hearst Test?
Well, the Hearst testing, it's pretty much a way of giving, or pretty much stamping a record to the California Energy Commission of where the house stands as it is at the final process. So what windows were actually installed, what HVACs were installed, what mechanical ventilation the house has to keep it cool not from heating. It's pretty much a way of you know, the Title 24 is just a blueprint, and this is pretty much just stamping it at the end, saying this is actually what we did install, and this is what's going on with the house as of right now, and, you know, it is energy efficient.
So this is like an audit.
Pretty much correct, yeah. So the project starts online at the beginning of the process. As a Title 24 plan, it tells you how to build the house according to Title 24 to make sure that it meets the code. At the end of the day, it's just a plan. So that's why we have to come at the end and verify, make sure that whatever was said that's going to be done at the beginning is actually done at the end.
Mike, one more question.
Yes, sir.
So after you do your field tests,
How long does it take for all the information to be uploaded to Title 24?
So it really depends on the project, how big the project is, how many HVAC units we have. Registering can usually take, depending, sometimes we do it during the day, like in the mornings. Sometimes we're even able to get a quick turnaround as into the same day. If not, it's worst case like 24 to 48 hours out.
okay, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Energy Masters, I mean, that's the company that I use.
And so far my experience with them was super easy. I couldn't complain about anything. The service was super fast.
I mean, he's here right now taking care of this project.
Appreciate it.
And yeah, that's it, man. So thank you so much for
Of course,
taking the
my
time.
pleasure. And yeah, let's keep California efficient, huh?
Yeah, dude, there we go. Awesome, man. Thank you, Mike.
Of course, thanks.
The important thing that they do is they take the data, upload it to Title 24, and they'll give you a certificate. And with that certificate, you can show it to the city inspector and pass your final inspection the first time. In my experience, the city inspector didn't even want to show up to the ADU until I had the Hearst Test clearance. He was very strict and said, once you have that, then I'll go to the property. And that's exactly what I did. For any viewer that's watching this video and is taking on this project by themselves, now you know all the steps that you need to take to pass the final inspection the very first time. And this way you avoid mistakes that I did and basically waste 2 or 3 weeks in re-inspections. That's it for this one. Hopefully you guys learned just a little bit more about the ADU process. And on the very next video, I'm going to go check out the very first 3D printed backyard studio made out of recycled plastic. Thank you, and I'll see you guys on the next one.